We're delighted to have Barbara Crouch here today, who is the director of the Rancho Bernardo Senior Citizens. And she is a fairly new member of the Hall of Fame. And welcome, Barbara.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming.
So tell me, where were you in your earlier life before you became director here?
Oh, that was so long ago. I came here from New York, Washington, D.C., Detroit, Michigan. But actually, when my husband and I married, we married late in life. And when we were married, we moved here and from New York, where he had been vice president of Lowe's Theaters.
How nice.
Yes.
Did you do anything yourself? Did you have a career before you came here?
Oh, definitely. I before I got married, I was director of public relations and publicity for the Sheraton Park Hotel in Washington, D.C.
Oh, how exciting.
for 15 years, right. So it was a very interesting job, but it was wonderful to settle down and get married. And then we moved right out here to San Diego.
What made you move to San Diego?
Well, actually, I shouldn't have said we moved to San Diego because my husband was transferred or promoted to Los Angeles, where they took over a chain of movie theaters. And so we lived there for 5 years. Then he was transferred back to New York. And in the meantime, we bought a condo so we would have some roots. And when he retired, 5 years later, we moved to San Diego.
Did you move directly to Rancho Bernardo, or?
Oh, yes. When I was in Los Angeles, when we were in Los Angeles, I looked around the whole area and I saw this newspaper advertisement about people walking down the street in beautiful Rancho Bernardo. We were looking for something to invest in, and when I saw that picture, I thought, I want to investigate this. So while we were living in LA, I drove down and I found this condominium, which I fell in love with, and it was just ideal, but we weren't ready to move in, so the people were selling it and staying in Rancho Bernardo, and they knew friends of ours who were here. So to make a long story short, we ended up buying the condominium, and then he was moved to New York, so we never stayed in it until we retired.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Yes.
Where is it?
And I'm still in it.
Good.
Yes, but my husband's gone, and I
Oh,
filled
I'm
all the
sorry.
closets. And it's in Rancho Bernardo Villas, in the original villas on RB Road.
Oh,
But our condo is on the golf course, so
Isn't that
yeah,
nice?
It's very nice.
so what did you do when you came to RB?
Well, the first thing I did was get all the furniture settled, and we started playing golf. And my husband said, "Don't you want a house? Don't you want a house?" And I said, "No, I want to play golf." So we joined Stone Ridge Country Club, and we've been members we were there for, I'm still a member there.
Do you still golf?
Oh, yes. Not as often as I used to with my husband, but I still play whenever I can, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday.
Oh, those are the days you're not here at
That's
the
right.
senior services.
Right.
What made you go into the senior services unit?
Well, when my husband passed away, I felt like I wanted to do something to contribute. When he was alive, I used to do the Meals on Wheels program in Escondido.
Oh, yes.
I didn't know that they had a hot meal program in Rancho Bernardo. I knew that there was no Meals on Wheels out this way at that time. So when I found out about the hot meal program that Rancho Bernardo Senior Services did, I was amazed because everybody still thinks we're Meals on Wheels because it's synonymous throughout the United States.
Yes.
Meals on Wheels, but we do the hot meal program, and we're still doing it. And I think I got off the track. You were saying
No, how did you get involved
Oh well, with Rancho
in
Bernardo
RB Senior Services?
Well, I
yeah.
started out just working 1 day a week, and then I got involved in doing this little job and that little job, and pretty soon they had to have somebody, I got on the board of directors, and then our director had a stroke, and they had to replace it. Anyway, I ended up taking over as head of senior services
My
8 years
goodness.
ago.
Well, I know that your name is synonymous with RB Senior Services, and people think very highly of you.
Oh,
And
thank you.
they think that this is a wonderful organization. So what are some of the things you do with it?
Well, we offer free services to anyone, but especially seniors in Rancho Bernardo. And we have free legal advice every Monday. We have attorneys who work pro bono. We have the hot meal program for shut-ins. We deliver meals 5 days a week from Palmerado Hospital. They do a wonderful job.
Is there a charge to the people for that?
Oh, yes, there is, for people who can't pay, who can pay, and most everybody can pay. And the hospital has been wonderful about keeping the fee very low. It's only $4 a meal, and that
Oh,
is
my.
really wonderful, because it's more expensive for any other service of that type, you know.
Right.
And they haven't raised their I better not say anything. They might raise it. But people are so grateful. And then we do the free flu shots, which we just did. We did 1,950 shots last week.
Oh, my.
Yes. And then we did we do the free blood pressure checks every Wednesday from 10 to 12. And I'm trying to think, all the different, we have books and literature on just about everything imaginable. And then we do the AARP Safe Driving course every month. We loan them these facilities to do that. And I'm going
Do you
blank.
ever advertise all the things that are available here?
Oh, yes. You know, we get free publicity from the Rancho Bernardo Journal and the Chieftain and the various and the RB Sun. And they're wonderful about running a list of our services and coming, you know.
Now, is it only for Rancho Bernardo, or is it
Oh, no.
outside also?
We don't turn anybody away. And also, what I might say is that we have these wonderful lists of people who will be caregivers or handymen or drivers. They charge, but it's better than not knowing who to call.
Oh, yes.
Or it's wonderful to have, and I have those lists available, which we give to people that need them. And we also have a financial advisor who gives an hour, 45 minutes to an hour free advice once a month. We have a health insurance advisor who gives seminars and once a month, and we just try to help people, and they're very, very appreciative.
I think a friend of mine, Diane Forsyth, gives Reiki.
She did for a while, but now she got a job,
Uh-huh.
so she left. But that was nice. When
Yes.
people came in for their blood pressure, she would give them the soothing touches. And
Yes, yes.
Uh-huh.
It's amazing. It's really quite something.
Yeah, very nice.
And so, what do you do besides golf and besides the Rancho Bernardo Senior Services? What else do you do for
Oh.
fun?
Well, I play golf, and I go to the casinos occasionally, and sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. And I go to a lot of movies. I love movies. And so it, takes time to do all these things.
And you have a group of friends, I'm sure.
Oh, yes, all widows.
Oh, my goodness, isn't that
Yeah,
something?
Yes, it is.
So, do you like Rancho Bernardo?
I love it. I think there's nothing like Rancho Bernardo.
And when were you inducted into the Hall of Fame? Do you remember?
Think 2 years ago.
I think
Yes,
you're right.
Yes,
And-
and that was a surprise because I don't feel like I should be in the Hall of Fame.
Well, you are a volunteer in this, right?
That's true.
You don't get any kind of a salary.
Oh, no.
So that's what the criteria is, that it's
Oh.
volunteerism above and beyond, and I think you certainly do qualify.
Well, thank you. That's very sweet of you.
Do you like being in the Hall of Fame?
Well, it's I just don't feel like I should be in it.
Oh, no,
I
no.
don't know, but the people are wonderful.
Yes.
I love meeting all the volunteers. I'm a great advocate of volunteering.
Good.
Yes.
Have you any suggestions for people?
Yes, if you have nothing to do and you have time in your hands, you should volunteer somewhere doing something because it's very rewarding, very rewarding.
Do you have a lot of people coming here?
Oh, yes. On the average, I think if you talk about the telephone calls, the people that come for various services, we average over 30,000 people a year that we help.
Oh, that's terrific.
Yes, it is.
Now, if people have questions, they can call you and you could refer them to other places, right?
Yes, and we are, I think, the only telephone system in Rancho Bernardo where you get a person on the phone and not a button a message. We still just have 2 lines and we still answer our own phones. So that's why the lines might be busy, but at least you get to talk to someone.
I think that's wonderful. And people know where you are because
Oh,
it can be hard to find.
Yes. Well, you know, we are upstairs, but we have an elevator at the other end.
Mhm.
And it would cost us double the rent if we were downstairs.
Really?
Oh, yes. When you're street level, you have to pay for the water system, the trash, you have to pay for all these extra things because the foot traffic is so important for people on the lower level.
Yes.
And since we have to watch every penny, we're not subsidized by any government or any agency, and we live on donations. So our rent's very important to us.
Do you get a lot of donations or do you
Oh,
go out
yes.
and seek it?
Oh, yes. Once a year, I send out a letter and to everybody on our mailing list, and I ask them if they can contribute. They know that's my annual letter, and it's just so rewarding. The following week, those letters go out. We get stacks. I send a self-addressed envelope, and all of you wonderful people that are watching, they send us a donation. We are so grateful, but it is very rewarding. It is. It makes you want to cry.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yes, it is.
Do people send, for instance, large donations or do they send small ones or a
I
mixture?
think they get a mix. It's really a mixture. And the service clubs give us money usually every year. And a lot of the churches send us donations every year.
And I'm sure the RV Community Foundation does.
Oh, I'm hoping they give us, they usually give us
Yeah,
something, and
yeah.
we're very appreciative of that. But it's just so rewarding, and people send little notes saying, keep up the good work, and thank you for being there, and it's very touching.
Isn't that marvelous?
It is, it really is.
And what are some of the things that you have found in Rancho Bernardo that, unlike other places, that are so special?
Well, you don't have to leave the ranch. I mean, everything is right here, and especially, I was sorry to see that movie theater go, but there are others that aren't that far away. And it's just got everything, and the people are so wonderful in Rancho Bernardo. They're special.
Are you involved with the Chamber of Commerce as well here?
No, we work with them. In fact, they donated that copy machine to us. They're just wonderful to us. They supply me with maps for my hot meal drivers. I have to have volunteers
Yeah.
that deliver hot meals. The Chamber of Commerce are very, very nice to us.
Well, that's good because they can be very helpful as far as information and so
Oh,
on when
yes.
you need it.
Oh,
And you
yes.
can be helpful to them.
Oh, absolutely, we
Yeah.
are. Definitely, we refer people to them all the time.
So what do you see now for your future?
Oh, well, I'm sorry to say that my future isn't as bright as I'd like it to be. I have to look at a magnifying mirror to put on my makeup.
Well, you do a good job.
Thank you, but I just hope that I can continue working at Senior Services and provide the things that we've done for them in the past.
Well, you're certainly a model, Barbara.
Thank
and
you.
anybody who would come here and they'd look at you and they'd see what you do, I think that they would feel very very confident and pleased that
Thank you,
such a
Myrna.
lovely lady would be in charge of this and one who knows and cares.
Well, thank you, Myrna. You're the one that's lovely.
Oh.
You are so perfect. And
We
always-
have a mutual
Yeah,
admiration
right,
society here.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for being with us, Barbara.
You bet.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell us?
Oh, no, I'm so grateful that you even came. Thank you so much.
Well, we're grateful you're in the Rancho Bernardo Hall of Fame.
Thank you.
Good luck to you, and may everything be peaches and roses and wonderful life.
Everything's coming up roses.
Yes.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.